Hello. Today the team sets out on a journey to procure rare creatures in need of saving. Their goal, to get them back to the secure bunker amidst the freezing mountain. Before the rescue can begin, the conservation team must navigate a vast underground tunnel network. These ancient passageways stretch deep beneath the surface, connecting distant regions of the world through a maze of stone and darkness. In the harsh and often unforgiving world of Minecraft, one species faces a constant threat to its survival. Slow, defenseless, and possessing only a rudimentary understanding of self-preservation, wild villagers often fall victim to the many dangers of their environment. Today, however, a conservation effort is underway. The team is rescuing a once infected creature. The objective is simple: secure the discounted rates. Rare creatures, and get them to safety. The team quickly realizes this won't be a simple rescue. They have miscalculated their resources and must now dig to the surface to continue their rescue. The extraction process must be handled carefully. Sudden movements may cause villagers to wander directly into danger despite all evidence suggesting they should know better. Once secured, the villagers are placed into a specialized transport vessel. While not particularly comfortable, the vessel has proven remarkably effective for moving villagers across vast distances. The villager seems unaware that its life has just improved dramatically. Again, this is considered normal behavior. The journey home is long and perilous. Hostile mobs roam the shoreline while the villagers sit silently, contemplating absolutely nothing. Yet against all odds, they endure. At last, the conservation bunker comes into view. This carefully managed habitat provides shelter, protection, employment opportunities, and an extremely generous housing program. For many villagers, it represents a second chance at life. Within hours, the newcomers begin exploring their surroundings. Food is plentiful, workstations are available. Most importantly, the risk of zombie infection has been reduced dramatically. The team remains cautiously optimistic. The results speak for themselves. With safety restored and resources abundant, the population begins to grow. What started as a handful of rescued survivors has become a thriving community. Families are formed. New generations emerge. And the future of the species appears brighter than ever. For now, the villagers are safe. But somewhere beyond the horizon, other forgotten settlements still wait to be discovered, and the conservation effort continues. The team gets an emergency call. Another underground civilization has been found, and the infected is being stabilized. They must set out right away without rest from the previous rescue. The danger increases as energy wanes. The distance is significant, but conservationists understand that preserving endangered populations often requires extraordinary effort. They must quickly gather supplies to tend to the villagers. If there isn't enough, danger awaits the whole civilization. The reports were accurate. A small population of villagers survived here for generations, isolated from the outside world. The infected seems to be stable enough for transport. With the previous experience, guiding the villagers seems to be significantly easier than the previous rescue. They seem much more willing to escape their isolation after receiving so many supplies. This time the rescue team was prepared for the extraction and was ready to scrape through the earth to secure the species. Today's rescue subjects appear calm, though it is difficult to tell. Villagers generally maintain the same expression regardless of circumstance. Whether facing certain doom or receiving free housing, the reaction is remarkably consistent. The return journey begins. Across rivers, through tunnels, and over vast stretches of wilderness, the conservation team carefully escorts the villagers toward their new home. The villager contributes greatly to the expedition by sitting in a boat and making occasional noises. Researchers estimate this effort represents nearly 100% of the villager's available skill set. As the bunker comes into view, another success story nears completion. 2 more survivors saved. 1 more future family secured. 1 more villager protected from the many consequences of being a villager. The population continues to grow, and with each successful relocation, the colony becomes stronger. The conservation effort marches on. And then, researchers witness another fascinating display of villager behavior. Well-meaning dances have been observed throughout the sanctuary. This particular courtship ritual is perhaps the most unusual yet. One villager appears to have taken a direct approach. He begins by offering bread to the recipient that shows little interest. After many offers, the second villager turns to acknowledge its persistent admirer. The population growth of the sanctuary has now been secured. The rescued villagers are no longer simply surviving. As the community continues to grow, construction is already underway on the next phase of the sanctuary. A protected guardian will soon be introduced to defend the population from the dangers that once threatened their existence. Meanwhile, preparations are being made to establish a sustainable food supply, with dedicated farmland and farmers ensuring that every villager has access to the resources they need to thrive. The sanctuary is becoming a true home. What began with a journey to forgotten and hidden villages has grown into something far greater. Villagers once isolated and vulnerable have been given a second chance. They have been rescued. They have been protected. And now, they are building a future. For these villagers, the conservation effort has been a success. And somewhere in the sanctuary, someone is probably still throwing bread at someone else. This concludes the Villager Conservation Project. Until next time.